Hello.
Hello. What's going on?
Hey, what's on? What's going on, everybody? What is that? Hello, Jill. What is that? Hello, Jill.
There we are. What's going on, peoples?
Okay.
Nice to see everyone. Hey, Shannon. Hey, Randy.
Hello, Jill.
Hey.
There we are. What's going on, peoples? Somebody's echoing.
Not me.
Shannon. Hey, Randy.
Hey.
There we are. What's going on, peoples?
You might
Somebody's
be
echoing. It ain't me.
I don't
Not
know.
me.
Let me get out of here and come back in. It ain't me.
I don't know. I got echo cancellation on.
Let me get out of here and come back in.
All right.
It ain't me.
I got echo cancellation on.
Let me get out of here and come back in.
All right.
That's hilarious. Sorry, y'all.
I have no clue what's going on here.
Tech problem. That's hilarious. Sorry, y'all.
Hold on.
Tech problem.
Somebody's got something going on here. There it is. It's you, Shannon.
No, it was me.
It was you? All right, good. Nope. There it is. Okay.
Is it me?
No, it was me.
Is it Randy?
All right, good. Somebody's echoing real bad. Okay.
Is it me?
Want me to come back out and go back out and come back in?
Somebody's echoing real bad.
Okay. All right.
Well, Randy, come in. If we still echo, I'll come out.
Go back out and come back in.
Somebody's echoing real bad.
Okay. All right.
Well, Randy, come in. If we still echo, I'll come out.
Go back out and come back in.
That's awful.
Okay. All right.
Well, Randy, come in. If you still echo, I'll come out. That's awful.
What is going on here?
Oh, Lord.
Okay. It's not me then.
What is going on here? There we go.
What was it?
I have no clue what that was, guys. All right. Hi, Shannon. Randy.
All
Hi.
Somebody's echoing real bad.
All right. If it does it again, I'll come out and come back in.
Marv will be with us in a few minutes, guys. She's occupied at the
All right.
moment.
It's doing it again. Let me come out and I'll come back in. Hang on.
Marv will be with us in a few minutes. Yeah, it was her.
It was her?
Yep.
Okay.
It was Shannon.
Did she turn? Well, maybe she should turn off her YouTube video page, probably.
Yep. Like I said, guys, Marv's occupied for a few minutes. She'll be here in just a second. It was you, Shannon.
Okay. Is that better? Hopefully.
Yep.
There we go.
All right.
Lord, sorry, y'all.
Hey, nice to see
Awesome.
everybody in the chat. We got D. We got, well, of course, Shannon. Julia. Nice to see you. Lost City of Atlanta. Let's see who else we got in here. We got Jill Mosier, Vince.
I did, Deb. You're right. I figured that out too when I pulled out. I had YouTube. I muted it.
Yeah. Victoria, nice to see you. Jeff Lebowski, what's up, buddy? There's my girl Lynn C. Nice to see you. Support with Stefan. Nice to see you. Hey, Deb. Nice to see you, hon. Let's see who else we got in here. We got Pam Hurst, Roxana. Guys, take over for a minute. My dog just ran out the door. He knows how to open the doors. So
God.
All right, give me a second.
All right.
Oh, that's hilarious. Your dog knows how to open the doors.
Okay,
Sorry,
where do we want to
go
start?
ahead. Let me grab in here. I'm just grabbing my link here.
Okay.
Okay. There's my channel, y'all. I'm like 98 away from getting the 500, so we're getting there. Then I can post some more stuff. Yeah, we'll have to once he comes back, we'll have to do the monkey poster before we get into the Flora.
Yep, he's back.
And I could talk about it real quick. Marv might be in by then. I don't know. Marv will be here, y'all. She's just running a little late.
My dog Blade knows how to open every door in the house from the inside and outside. And I looked, and he's outside at the neighbor's house.
Wow.
One smart dog.
All right, let's get back to this. We've got Willow Rain. Nice to see you. Sierra. Wanda from Missouri. What's up, Olivia, too?
You say Polly. Hey, Polly.
Molly. Jackie.
Stepha.
Sassy Sonia. Belinda.
Steffa. There she is.
Hey, Polly, what's going on?
Hey, my Charlie.
Excuse me. We are going to be covering the Delphi fire case, as everyone knows. We had a little birdie drop in our laps nearly 600 pages of depositions on 4 people that are involved in the case with the Flora fires. Even though we cannot legitimately show the documents, what we plan to do is summarize one of the persons that has been deposed, and we're just going to discuss that and let you guys your minds wander about Josh Ayers. Some of the stuff that was said in these depositions, it makes me wonder if the dude even has a brain. What do you think, Shannon and Randy?
Oh my gosh, man, he's a crazy man, guys. That's our opinion, of course.
Yeah.
We have to.
To me, he's like he's playing the dumb game to the judge.
And he's
to the attorney, to Galen's attorney. I think he's playing dumb. I think part of it is him playing dumb, and part of it is he may be, a little bit, but I think most of it he's playing a game.
I think he's trying to put it off.
I don't think he's that dopey. I really don't. I think he's a smart, but
well,
I think that's what he's doing for him.
Especially he keeps on have the judge repeat the questions like he's deaf in 1 year or something, like he can't.
Right.
He could be. He might have an issue. Who knows? But
all right, what I'm going to do, guys,
the monkey poster before we go into that. Real quick.
Yeah, I'm getting to it right now. I'll let you handle this one, Shannon, because
I got an important missing one. You guys probably are familiar with him. Like, we wanted to get this all over YouTube and socials because these are big updates from Friday from the PD, Freeland PD. So we're trying to get him all over the place. Tone deaf, he could be. Tamara, I think he's also just wants to be, play dumb. That's the biggest thing, I think. And we all seem to have come to that conclusion.
Right.
Oh, especially he doesn't know much about the house he lived in. Like, really?
You can kind of get Troy maybe not knowing stuff, but see, he didn't live there.
Yeah. Adjusted, so he would know exactly every bit of that house that his dad did.
Yeah, there's no way. He's just he's full of it.
All right. Okay, monkey poster. All right, I'm going to share the screen, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing major following, and I know Marv been following Monkey a lot too, but I've done some stuff. If you guys don't know as much about Monkey, you can check out my channel. I've done a few videos on Monkey. Is it? I haven't seen you post it yet. Is it up?
I'm getting there. Give me a second.
Oh, okay, I was like, I didn't see anything yet. Okay.
All right. Monkey poster.
There it is. I don't know how big you can make it.
What is going on?
And I'll post it in the group, the group after this for y'all, and maybe we could post it on Discord too for those in Discord. So if you need the poster to share, because we want to get it all over social media. And if you could post it every once in a while, if you on Twitter and stuff, that'd be excellent.
What is going on now?
Yeah.
Man, what is?
What was that?
Let me share again. It's acting funny today.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, Tamara, there's a lot of suspicious fires in Florida. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
Florida is super suspicious, as well as Delphi. You know, I think they hold each other's hands in a lot of, you know, Carroll County.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Still trying to figure this out.
Hey, Boston, we haven't really started. We're just about to show a quick missing poster and then get into the whole.
I'm trying to get there, guys. So give me a second.
Difficulties, but it's okay. That's why I don't do I have only done like one live stream because I'm so like anal and ADD. I have to get everything perfect, even though it's not perfect. So y'all will probably encourage me to do more. I'm getting there. I'm not afraid. I just don't like not having everything come up like it's supposed to, you know?
Yeah.
So live is a whole different ball game. I like to be able to edit and throw it up, and I've gotten much better at editing.
I don't know how to really do editing much.
I noticed a lot of people on YouTube are like they prefer lives or they prefer pre-recorded. Everybody's on one side or the other.
I'm getting there, guys.
So Marv will be here, Melissa. She'll be here.
Hey, 12 cut, Melissa.
Yeah, she's got a little tummy ache. She's coming though.
All right, there we go.
I don't know how big, if you can make it any bigger or not really.
I'm trying to figure that one out too.
It should be a Zoom thing.
I'm trying to find it and I can't find it.
It's up the right hand corner where those dots are.
Oh, hey, what's his name is in the chat, Frank, apparently.
I don't give a damn. Ass hat.
Oh.
Y'all just let the mods take care of it. If I see him, I'll grab him, but don't worry. Hey, Grismatically.
I'm not very good at this.
No. Go to the three dots in the black area.
Okay.
Yeah, when you have it open on the three dots on the right. Next to the photo.
Yeah.
Hit the three dots.
Full screen.
Does it give you like an enlargement?
There we go.
You got it?
What the heck is going on?
Oh my Lord. Now what happened?
I think that somebody's hacked us.
Oh no.
Yep, somebody hacked us.
Are we back?
Well, I see all three of us.
Yeah, somebody.
Well, if you can get it back up as big as you can make it, let me pull it up on my end and I can read it to them, and then we could post it so they can just see it.
I can't even get. I don't know what happened here. There we go.
Hang on.
You know what? We'll wait till Marv gets back. She's more.
Okay, we'll do it when Marv comes back, you guys. But it's important, so we're gonna also I'll post it, and on in Discord and that too. Because
is somebody handling the bots in the chat?
Yeah, I did one.
That's what happened. That bot.
And D did the other one of the three.
Oh, there he is. Let me see. Anybody grab that one yet?
Yeah.
What?
All
Which
right.
one?
I think we need just to go into.
Yeah, just go for it. I'll try to keep an eye on what you're starting to talk, Frank. Randy and I could try to watch while we're kind of listening to.
I seen the first one. I took it.
You want to put it on subscribers mode, Frank, or no?
Yeah, do the subscriber mode.
There's Marv. Let her do it now. She's in here now.
All right, Howard.
Hey, hon.
Yeah, do the subscriber mode.
All right.
Hey, Marv.
We just got hacked. You got hacked.
I don't think anybody's hacked.
Huh?
Okay.
I don't think anybody's hacked. Is there?
Well, go. I
Well,
would
you
say
should
go
have
get
seen.
some
You should have seen what happened just a minute ago.
Are we blocking this bot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when we agreed that just do the members only.
Or
Wanda, I am
subscribers.
True Crime with Shannon. One of the mods, real quick, with probably drop the link before I even get it up.
Okay. Did
Too
you
many
guys
members.
do an overview of what happened in Flora?
Not yet.
No,
We're
we want
to
to.
We'll wait for
real
you.
quick.
All right, start
Yeah,
there. I'm going to get my ice and Coke.
Okay, we'll do that, and then we do the monkey poster right before we get off, so they can, because we want to get that out there.
Yeah, I agree. I'll be right back.
Okay.
She's got to get her ice to chew on, guys.
All right, y'all. But she's
Sorry,
here,
guys, but she's here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into. You want to put? Yeah. See when she comes back if she wants to put it in subscriber mode.
It should be in subscriber mode. I don't have access to that from my end. She does all
when
that.
she comes back, you can have her do it if she wants. His name is Michael Vaughn. Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna post about him, and Marv and I know a lot about him, and we can talk about him a bit at the end because it's very important. So, but we want to also get the topic out because that's also important.
Let's see here. To Michael, no, I haven't got a message from Michael at all yet. I told him.
Oh, who am I? Oh, Boston. I am Shannon. True Crime with Shannon. I guess they should introduce me. Frank.
You've been on our show before, so everybody knows who you are. I don't understand.
I hope so. I guess Boston doesn't know.
Boston.
Yeah, hey, Boston, my Indiana native.
I do have a channel. True Crime with Shannon. Let me drop my link.
Yeah.
Fan working.
There's my channel. There. Thank you, D. There you go.
Where's your pop, Marv? Oh God. You wonder
she doesn't have the big cup?
She's got bubbles.
Are
bubbles.
Are y'all in subscriber mode only, Marv? Because getting a bunch of bots. Yeah, buddy.
No, we're not.
I don't know if you want to put it in.
Can I do that afterwards?
After she fills up and chews on some ice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go for it. Let's Frank get started on.
All right. I'm sorry, everybody, but
we need to pull up.
Issues.
She's got tiny bubbles, guys. It won't leave her alone.
It's unfortunate. It sucks.
She texted me and said, I might be running a few minutes late as I'm in the bathroom. And I said, you got tiny bubbles again.
It's so cute how he describes it. I'm like, oh, poor Marv.
Exactly how he describes it. You got bubble guts, tiny bubbles again?
Hey,
I get a sensitive tummy too. I feel bad. I'm like, oh no, that's awful.
When I was in the military, we had a cadence that we sang during our PT runs. It was called Tiny Bubbles.
Okay, so before we go any further, good evening, Mark.
We call it Pop in Indiana.
Yeah, we'll call it Pop.
You're Tabitha Shuck Raines' stepfather. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark. Nice to see you, bud.
Very soon.
Yeah. You sent us a lot of stuff, guy, and it's going to take some time to go through all that.
This is going to be a few parts.
Oh, this is another case we're working on. Her stepdad's in the chat.
Oh, yeah. They have another one I know they're working on.
Yeah,
I'm working on this one with them, and they have a whole other one, and I've got other stuff. So there's so much stuff going on out in the world. It's insane. There ain't no shortness of crime.
12 cut. I'm coming to New York.
And I'm going to be
I love New York. That's where I was born, in Long Island, New York.
Jill.
Hey, Digital.
Jill. Zip it. I'm messing with you,
she's
Jill.
also a nice chewer. I already bothered Marv about it the other night, so I got told, be nice.
The monkey thing is in our Gmail. If you want to pull that up, Marv.
If you want to do it now or later, it's up to you.
I think we should just do it now and get it out of the way. So
that way you don't have to worry about it afterwards.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Hang on, I'm not showing that yet.
Okay, sure. Sorry, everybody's a little behind. It's been a fun evening.
So if you go to Facebook, everyone, you can join the Justice for Tabitha Shuck Raines. And This is a picture of Tabitha. She was 16 years old.
She was murdered back in 2004, and it's still unsolved. They had 3 people in custody and charged them, but they all got off except for one. He took a plea.
Acquitted.
One was acquitted. One was charges were all dropped, and the other gentleman took a plea deal. They dismissed a murder charge, and he took a plea on battery and something else.
So this is Tabitha's page. Please go join it. It's got a lot of information, but we are going to bring you the story, and we have a few family members coming on to tell it. So,
okay, cool.
And then this will be a multi-part series of Tabitha's story. So,
And we got Detective Steve, who's working with us on this case too. So
correct. So check out her Justice for Tabitha Shuck Raines Murder Unsolved page on Facebook. And then you said to go where for the other one?
the monkey in our Gmail, and it's got that monkey, whatever she labeled it as, monkey poster.
All right.
Susie Q, block Susie Q, please.
Why?
She's from Ass Hat.
I don't care. Let them in here.
Mm.
If it says anything wrong, then they'll.
Then we'll boot them.
She has a chance until she says something.
I'm not just gonna block somebody because what?
I think we need to change it over to subscribers only then.
Is this on your page too, Shannon?
No, not yet. I don't think I shared it yet.
I saw that.
It's in the
earlier.
email, Marvin
It's
Frank email.
I can't get into my email right now.
It's on the Fruitland the page. Do you follow the Fruitland with
No.
Michael? Okay, hang on. Want me to send it to your Facebook real quick? Hang on.
Hey, Bean, what's going on?
Michael, what?
I'll send it to your messenger real quick on Facebook.
Hey, Victoria, Tabitha was from Indiana also. Tipton County, I believe it was.
Yes, so that is where Tabitha is from, is Tipton County.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
it's in, yeah, there we go.
There you go. I don't know how big you can make it.
She should be able to, yeah.
And I'll post it. We'll post it on y'all's page in Discord and everywhere. And I got to put it on mine too.
Yeah, it's not zooming right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Rude.
about as good as I can get it right
Okay,
now.
well, I can describe basically what's going on. Okay, it's not the best. The image itself is better when you pull it up. This channel, True Crime with Sunshine, made these posters, so she's very talented doing them. So what she did, the best she got was, because it's a very pixelated image. This is the image of the man that they are trying to get in contact with. He was walking around the park, which is the splash pad. The evening that Michael Monkey Vaughn disappeared, or between 6:30 and 7, they've narrowed that to 6:40 and 7 p.m. So they need to speak with him. There's 2 photos there, and they're sadly not very good quality. They're from like a surveillance camera. And also there's an image, I guess it's not on here. There's also an image of a white Honda Pilot. And that's on my page, and I'll post that as well in the group. They're looking to speak with who the owner of the white Honda Pilot is. I mentioned both of those in my recent video with Monkey. If you guys aren't familiar with the case, basically he's been gone for 1 year as of yesterday. He's a 5-year-old turning 6 this year. He walked out of his parents' home. His mom was at work. His dad was ordering a pizza, taking care of the little baby. He decided to walk out and walk around the neighborhood, knocking on doors and looking for a friend. He was a very friendly kid, and all of a sudden he disappeared. So they think he's abducted. So the poor kiddo has been missing for 1 year. So they're looking to speak with, as many people as they can. They want to get these posters out, get his little face out there because, he's been taken. So I will post it again all over the place. I'll post it on this Discord and on the group and everything. So if y'all are on Twitter or, wherever, if you could share it, that would be great. It would help the family immensely. That's what the law enforcement is just asking you guys to share. It just takes a second just to share it. And if you can share it, as often as you can, just throw it out there. Just keep it in your files and just throw it. Say, here you go, Michael Monkey Vaughn. And that is his nickname because he was all boy. So, all right. So that was it. The monkey. If you want to know more about it, check out my channel. I've got some more stuff on monkey. So, and that way you guys can see that because I just did a post yesterday on monkey. So I fallen in love with the little kid. I hope he
everywhere else.
Hey, Boston, I'll let you know I live in Johnson County. I saw that you posted something about your aunt living outside Johnson County, and I live in Johnson County.
Johnson County is pretty good.
Right. It's a Honda Pilot. Should be distinctive. I don't think they've ruled it out because I don't think they live there because I think they would have ruled it out by now. And like they said, this guy was walking and like they said, these are two, and they're making sure people know this man is not a suspect or a person of interest. They just need to speak with him. So, he may have seen something. So,
Yeah.
That's all. So again, if you guys have questions, you can post, in the group. And I know Mara's familiar with the case also. So we can, get you guys any information. I'll get you, if you're interested, because that's a case I've been following very closely for the last year. So thank you guys.
Now to the case at hand here, guys. The Flora fires, like we discussed or described before Marv joined. We obtained depositions, nearly 600 pages of depositions of Josh Ayers, Troy Hildebrand, is that his name, or Hilderman, or whatever it is, and a couple other people. Unfortunately, we are asked not to show any of the actual documents due to a civil case is still in progress.
All right, let's clear that up. We're not allowed to show any of the depositions.
That was what I was saying.
Due to the civil case, but there's other documents we'll be showing.
Yep, I got my specs.
Yeah. Those are the ones you can't show.
And what we're going to do today,
there's plenty of docs. There's plenty of them.
Yeah.
That's why we've all working together. I'm working with these guys because I'm like, this is too much.
So what we're planning to do is basically summarize the deposition of Josh Ayers, and we can all four of us pull it up without sharing.
Well, before we do that,
I
want you to do the introduction to the Flora fire case because there has been some people that have said they don't know a lot about this case.
That letter she was talking about.
Yeah, the letters in the email.
I got the letter. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, so, it's like this case was shoved off the side once Delphi had their murder case. So it's like a lot of not on this case a lot.
It happened about 3 months before Delphi. So Frank could probably introduce it pretty well because he knows it really well too.
November 21st, 2016 is when at 2:30 in the morning, the mother woke up, was smoking the house, and realized that there was a fire. And she ran out screaming and hollering, asking for help, that her babies were in the house upstairs. And one of the neighbors supposedly called the fire department, but they didn't show up for like 6 to 8 minutes. And some of the safety personnel showed up and just stood there until the fire department showed up. And they basically, from what we've been reading, is they didn't even attempt to save the girls. They were more concerned about saving their own people that were in that house than worried about saving the girls. So, and now it's turned into a mess, actually. So now the family, the mother has sued Carroll County. She's sued the town of Flora. She sued Josh Ayers. She sued numerous people. And that's what we're going to be covering for the next 2 or 3 lives is these depositions. But once again, we cannot show any actual documents because we do not want to jeopardize the civil suit. But we will be summarizing each deposition within the 2 to 3 next lives that we have. So we're focusing on the Flora case right now, guys. Yes, we're still working to Delphi. Believe that. Believe that. That is not going anywhere. That's our baby case. But, you know, there's a lot of information that we've gathered and documents that have been dropped to us that we have to review to see if there's any legitimate facts to it. So that's going to take time. So we're going to work on the Flora and the Tabitha Shucks case too at the same time. But we promise you guys that we will be doing some stuff on Delphi too, until we get shit together and make sure facts are straight and correct. Like we got bamboozled a couple weeks ago, even though everybody knows that there's several people who have documents concerning the Delphi case. We decided that we are not going to discuss any documents until we get actual documents handed to us, because we felt like that we were being pulled into a political BS. That's what's actually going on, and we don't want no part of no political stuff when it comes to this case or any corruption or anything. Our main objective for Delphi is the girls. What else goes on in Carroll County, we can care less about right now. It's about finding out who killed these 2 babies and seeking justice for them.
Right.
So,
All right. So
And I started diving into Laura, and I asked Marvin Frank, you know, because there's so much documents that we're starting to get a hold of, and so decided to team up to work on it because there's just way too many. And we want to make sure we get it correct.
right.
You know, it's like I said, it's not one person can't go through all this stuff. There's just way too much.
No, it's going to
You know,
take
and I don't want to promote anything that's not true. You know, I mean, that's not, you know, I want these little girls to get justice just like, you know, Abby and Libby.
Yeah.
So
Boston Christian, the answer to your question, you're talking about Deputy Yoder. And there's some interesting facts that we found out about him, but we won't get into that today because that's not part of what we're doing this evening. But when that time comes, we'll let you know the information that we do know is for fact about Deputy Yoder. So that'll be on another live, guys.
All right. Let's get into the whistleblower letter.
Yeah. Can't wait to see that.
Oh, put it the wrong way. There we go. So I'm going to read this to you guys, and then we're going to discuss it. Oh, I want these comments. Okay. It says, I have some information I'd like to share with you regarding the deadly house fire on November 21st, 2016, located in the 100 block of East Columbia Street, Flora, Indiana. News agencies reported Carroll County Sheriff's Officer Drew Yoder and Florida Police Officer Josh Dissinger was first to arrive on scene of a working residential house fire. The officers attempted to make entry into the burning structure to rescue the occupants inside. The rescue attempt was unsuccessful due to the heavy smoke involved and resulted with both officers requiring medical assistance for the injuries they sustained. Later, Officer Drew Yoder was recognized for his heroic effort with his attempt to save 4 girls, and Officer Josh Dissinger, cited as a hero rescuing Officer Yoder, assisting him out of the burning residence. What was not reported, Flora Fire Department already had a fire engine and firefighters on scene. Officer Yoder, on his own accord, disregarding fire department orders to stay out of the way, grabbed an SCBA off the Flora fire truck and placed it onto his body before he entered the burning structure. Officer Yoder did not have any other fire department issued PPE on at that time, nor is he a member of the Flora Fire Department. Officer Yoder is a member of another fire department located in Carroll County. Officer Yoder knows, as a trained firefighter, he should have never entered the burning structure without the proper gear and by himself. Sometime during Officer Yoder's attempted rescue, his face mask came off and was covered by smoke inhalation. Officer Dissinger ran inside to assist Yoder's retreat, disregarding firefighters' requests to stay out. A seasoned Flora firefighter was on scene with all PPE attire, assisted both Yoder and Dissinger to safety. The actions of these two officers compromised aid rescue efforts by firefighters to the 4 girls. EMS on scene focused all their effort and time to evaluate and treat both law enforcement officers, delaying treatment to the other victims. Firefighters eventually made rescue attempts after clearing the obstruction of both officers to the 4 girls, bringing each one outside. EMS on scene could not revive them after focusing their treatment first to both officers. All 4 girls' bodies were removed from the scene and transported to Flora Fire Department garage floor. This was conducted before Carroll County coroner could arrive on scene. The removal and transportation of bodies before a coroner initially conducts his investigation is a violation of Indiana code. Fire personnel are trained to make a temporary morgue setting, minimizing the view of the bodies from the public. Why did they choose to ignore their own training or follow proper procedure? Their bodies then being placed on the concrete floor of the fire station compromised any forensic evidence that might have been present. First, fire investigation occurred immediately after extinguishment. Salvage and initial overhaul preparations were completed. Fire investigators from responding mutual aid departments assisted Flora Fire Department investigators. Their initial investigation determined one origin of fire starting behind the refrigerator, commenting the refrigerator as a possible cause. The firefighters who initially investigated this fire were from multiple fire departments located in Carroll County and were trained investigators from a former Carroll County Fire Investigation Task Force. Law enforcement reported later an accelerant was detected on Officer Yoder's clothing that was retrieved from the hospital. The accelerant detected could be from cross-contamination from the SCBA he was wearing. The face shield, mask, and air fittings get cleaned and sanitized after every use. The bottles, straps, webbing, and cushions very seldom get cleaned from fire to fire. Cross-contamination could potentially exist between clothing and equipment. Investigation of house fire continued days and weeks later. During this time, the house was never properly secured from day one. Certain civilians were seen coming and going from inside of the residence. Josh Ayers was one of them. Side note, Josh Ayers is owner of this house. Josh Ayers is the former president of Flora Town Board. Josh Ayers is the owner of Maytag Appliance Sales Distributor in Carroll County. Randy, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, a lot of things. It's just he runs so many different businesses, and reading what Shane Frankmeister sent me, it's unbelievable. How can he run all these different businesses and he doesn't know what's going on?
He doesn't know his ass from his mouth, basically.
Right. And we'll get into that because
Me and Marv and Shannon were reviewing this yesterday, and we just started laughing going through that deposition of Josh Ayers. I was like, this dude is deterring the accountability from himself to other people. And I'm like, dude, it's your home. It is your house.
He grew up there.
Yeah, he grew up there, and his dad passed it down to him as soon as he was like 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
So
pretty much.
I do want to get to Drew Yoder.
Now, hang on a minute.
Go ahead.
There's something that's before Drew Yoder. This whistleblower letter states that the Flora Fire Department was there.
Yeah.
Why
didn't
they go in?
Right.
Why weren't they in the house getting those little girls out?
Yeah.
If they were there, like this says, why didn't they go in?
Mm-hmm.
There's just too many problems.
That's the first problem right there. Why were they just sitting out there not doing anything? They had full PPE equipment and could have gone in that house and got those girls out. Why
But
didn't
Yoder and the local police officer went in.
Right. After
And
they got there after the fire department.
Yeah, they were already there. That's what this says.
That's what that says. So why did Yoder and it says they told Yoder not to go in. Why did they tell Yoder not to go in?
Kevin, should there be dash cams? There is at least one dash cam that no one's been able to get a hold of, and that's from Yoder. And also there's 2 911 calls that they refuse to release. That's a big problem in this case.
Yes.
They fought for it, and they won the local news. They still can't get it.
Shane, you're on mute. So if you're trying to talk, we can't hear you.
And see Josh Dissinger's dash cam also, because he was a Flora cop.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the question right there. Was it possible that the fire was so out of control at that time, they made the decision not to go in because it was unsafe for all? I mean, they've done that. Firefighters have done that. If it's too out of control, they're not going to send their firefighters in there to get killed.
Because there was some type of, they're afraid of that oxygen, whatever they've done, that oxygen will engulf that house faster.
Right.
But it seems to me that the house wasn't up in flames. It was just billowing smoke.
Well, that's why we need the dash cam video and the calls so we can put a timeline to this.
Well, people who send stuff to me from that information, they saw the mother standing outside and it wasn't engulfed at the time the mother ran out of the house yet.
It wasn't engulfed in the front of the house, but was it in the back?
Well, it started in the kitchen. So, and like everybody said, the mother had time to get her kids out. It's just a question.
So Frank Rickman, this affidavit, this whistleblower letter states that Flora was there. Are we going to know that until we get the video, the dash cam video and the 911 calls? No. But this individual is stating that they were there.
Yeah, there's so many contradicting statements.
What I
Right.
think is going on with the dash cam and the 911 calls is that Flora or Carroll County has filed an appeal with the Supreme Court. I think that's what's happening here, and so they're
That
not
could
going to.
be.
Yeah, and I believe that's why it's not being released right now until they get a judgment from the state Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Which could be. And then hopefully after that's all taken care of, then they'll find in our favor and they'll release it.
Steffa, as far as the documents, they won't release anything. These documents have been released by Whistleblower, somebody who doesn't want to be known, because I've tried to do a request and I've been denied due to the open of the case, and I believe Frank has probably done it. I'm sure.
Yeah, we've done it too, and they're denying everything.
They won't let us have anything. So this has been a blessing.
They know what we're up to. These creators are up to. So they're like, nope, you're not getting it because you're not exposing shit.
But somebody wants it exposed, so they're taking care of that.
Right. And it's multiple people that have these documents and are starting to give them out.
They want to make sure the truth comes out.
Yes. So off of this, the very first thing we noticed is that it says that the Florida Fire Department was there. Yoder went in when he was told not to, without the proper equipment. Dissinger had to go in, pull him out. And then firefighters had to actually go and do first aid on them and not go save the girls. So, if you go and read this in order, you have the Florida Fire Department was there. Yoder and Dissinger show up, go in, and they have to get pulled out. Now, this is saying that firefighters eventually made rescue attempts after clearing the obstruction of both officers to the 4 girls, bringing each one outside, which tells me that when Yoder went in there, that house was not engulfed in flames too badly to go and make attempts.
No, well, like I said, there was people who told me that the mother could have gone in the house.
Right.
Yeah. Kids.
So if Florida Fire Department was there, why didn't they go in right away?
With their PPE and everything, they should have been able to go in because they had their masks, so there was no reason they couldn't have.
Right.
And the girls all 4 girls were screaming for help.
Right.
And no one went in. I would have ripped that mask off one of the firefighters and said, hey, look, I'm going in with one of your things.
So this mother has a valid reason to sue. Very valid. So that was the third big thing that stuck out to me was that they eventually made rescue attempts after clearing the obstruction of both officers. And then they bring these 4 girls outside. They can't revive them. So instead of leaving them there and creating a makeshift morgue around them, they take them and put them on the fire department floor, the concrete floor. And this in here says that this is a violation of Indiana code.
So many things wrong with that.
Right.
Evidence and evidence and evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Like she said, why do you disregard your training and go lay these girls on the floor, the concrete floor? Anybody want to take a stab at that?
Where's this again?
Right here. All 4 girls' bodies were removed from the scene and transported to Florida Fire Department garage floor. This was conducted before Carroll County Coroner could arrive on scene. the removal and transportation of bodies before a coroner initially conducts his investigation is a violation of Indiana code.
Well, see, where that fire was, there was only about 2 or 3 blocks away from a doctor's office. They could have took them to that doctor's office.
They said they did CPR on them outside the home, but that's all they've stated.
I don't believe that at all because
I don't think they're either.
But it says right here, fire personnel are trained to make a temporary morgue setting, minimizing the view of the bodies from the public. And that is because the coroner had not been there yet to start his investigation. They should have never been moved once they were brought outside.
Well, if they were working so much, like I said, they're 2 or 3 blocks away from a doctor's office. They could have took them to that doctor's office.
Well, according to their procedures and guidelines, according to this, they shouldn't have, because it says fire personnel are trained to make a temporary morgue setting, minimizing the view of bodies from the public.
Why do you think it doesn't match the autopsy report, Lone Wolf? Because we've read part of it, and it does.
And there's a church across the street, but if there was a lot of people I know they're watching that night, the house on fire.
Right.
And because people tell me they heard the girl screaming blocks away.
Right.
Ridiculous.
So.
Okay.
Well, how far away is the hospital from there, Randy? You know? How far away is the hospital?
Carroll County don't have a hospital. They would have to go to Monticello or Lafayette. That's almost between 35 miles apart. Carroll County has not have a hospital.
Yeah, and this is the point I was trying to make. Pam just said it. Once EMS or FD declares death, they are not to be moved until the coroner comes.
Well, did any of the fire department declare death on the record?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says EMS on scene could not revive them after focusing their treatment first to both officers. All 4 girls' bodies were removed from the scene and transported to the garage floor. And then it talks about the refrigerator being the possible cause of the fire, which is normal. They always look for a possible cause, right?
Well, it said one time it started from the stove.
Right. And now this says the refrigerator. So somewhere in the kitchen.
Because I was read what Frank sent me, that the back door, I told him earlier, I said, the stuff that they needed to set a house on fire or apartment on fire, they have that back door of that apartment went straight into the garage. Mm-hmm. So there would have been stuff there that set the fire.
Right. And it does say that law enforcement reported accelerant was detected on Yoder's clothing, and then talked about how it could have been transferred from, because some equipment isn't cleaned and some is. Now, on a side note, it says Josh Ayers is the owner of this house. Josh Ayers is not the only owner of that house. What is his name, Frank? Troy
Ederman.
Hilderman?
Yeah, Hilderman.
You're on mute.
Yeah, Troy Hilderman.
Okay. So Josh and Troy own together which company?
JTM.
Birch Tree.
And Birch Tree.
Okay, so Josh and Troy own Birch Tree.
Okay.
Josh, Troy, and who own JMT? There's a
Mark.
third partner there.
Josh Ayers. And hold on, I got it written down here.
Mark. I think it was Mark. Mark or Matt?
Matt McIntosh.
Matt McIntosh. Okay, so there's two companies, everybody. There's Birchwood, who's owned by Josh Ayers and Troy Hilderman. Then there's JMT, which is Josh Ayers, Troy, and this Mark McIntosh.
Matt McIntosh.
Or Matt McIntosh.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're reading in the depositions is that Birchwood, which is owned by Josh Ayers and Troy, are the owners
Of the house. And remember, guys, this house was passed down to Josh by his father when he became of age or a little older than that. So
Yeah.
and that's when they turned it into a duplex.
Yeah,
Right.
they were saying that they sold them both properties because that's what I was reading today. Because we're all kind of reading all the different stuff and that 103 they actually paid for the mortgage, and then 105 they gave it to him. One of them they gave it to him when they paid for it because it was a gift. But either way, they only paid for one of the two. They split it though. It was split already.
Oh, here we go again. The bot's back.
Ugh. I think that bot comes everywhere. Well, yeah, you're right, because J.A. was the president of Florida Council. That's why he got away with a lot of crap.
Yep.
That's exactly why.
Mm-hmm. And he had a lot of things going on. Hands in the cookie jar. A lot of it.
Yeah, and plus his hardware stores.
Yep.
You know, and it's just like,
In the hardware store in Delphi. So
can we get to the Drew Yoder part real quick?
Hang on. Please do not write comments negatively about my moderators. They know what they're doing, and they're trying to report it first and then delete the bot.
And there's less mods on right now. Some of them are taking a break.
Molly said, Jada said the bot is a hack trigger by super stickers.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wonderful. So that's a YouTube issue.
Cool.
Yeah.
But when we talk about Drew Yoder, guys, the source that dropped us all these documents clearly stated that Drew Yoder had injuries to his hands, and when they did some testing or something on his hands, they found accelerants on his hands. And then they did a test on his breathing apparatus mask and found residue from accelerants in his mask.
You just can't wait till we get there, can ya?
Well, it's part of this thing here. That's why I brought it up.
He's too anxious.
I know he wants it.
I want to expose Drew Yoder bad. I do.
Jetta, thank you for the super sticker. Okay.
Watch out for another bot coming.
Oh boy, watch out.
So now
I don't think it has anything to do with Patty, though, guys. I think it's a coincidence. So I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, we'll get to all the questions here in a little bit. We're gonna go over the first. Let's do a summary of like the first 15 pages of the Josh Ayers deposition.
All right.
Does everybody have their pages in front of them?
I'm getting ready to pull it up right now.
All right, so let me go get back.
I'm gonna stop sharing because I don't want to accidentally put that out there when we're not supposed to.
Can we say that they were filed recently? Are we allowed to say that part?
Yeah.
That was pretty recent.
Yeah.
Okay, they were recently filed, like 2022.
April
like
of this year.
Very recent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one is it, guys? Is it 26 or 27?
Hang on, I'm trying. It's 26.
26 is the start of it. That's the start. Are you looking for the beginning?
I was clear down almost six. I was on clear down at 6 page 63.
It's 26, guys.
Yeah. His is very long.
So just to let the audience know, we're going to do this in probably 2 parts, maybe even 3 parts, because this deposition is 158 pages long.
Yeah, each deposition, guys, is an average to 130 pages or more. So
I think Josh's is probably one of the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first 3 pages just give a description of who the attorneys are, who the plaintiff is, who the defendant is, you know, things like that. And then, so you have, are we going to give the names of the attorneys?
We might as well. I mean,
you could say it. I mean, they're got to be posted somewhere.
Yeah.
I think you can.
So the mother's attorney's name is Ms. Alvarez.
Faith Alvarez.
Yes.
And Shannon and I decided last night that we love Ms. Alvarez because
boy, she was in Josh's ass, boy.
She's great, y'all. She's a good attorney.
Yeah, she was in it.
Examples of what we mean because it's just perfect.
Yeah, I wish we could show it, guys. You guys would laugh your asses off on how she made Josh.
I'm gonna find a picture of her. I'm gonna have to see if I can find a picture of her because there's got to be one online.
She made Josh look like an idiot.
She's like the Camille of the case. You know,
She's good. She's real good.
So the first page of the deposition is just your normal chit chat at name, address, education.
And this was done on, it doesn't give the actual day the deposition was done. It just shows it was filed on a certain date. But it started at 9:12 a.m. in the morning, Josh's deposition.
Right. Page 2 goes into employment history.
This is funny, too. Sorry, I can't stop laughing because of Miss Alvarez, man. And we were all sitting.
What gets me is what his favorite hobby is cow.
We have to get there. Wait now, Randy. We have to get to that.
Oh my God, that's funny too. Okay, so I'm going to read you a few
lines.
Nothing
really do with the case, but it's awesome.
I'm going to read you a few lines of this because it's hysterical. Okay, can you give us the benefit of your employment history? Yeah. I worked at Steffen's IGA as a teenager, and then I've worked at Ayers Hardware the rest of my life. She says, all right. And is that all? Just Ayers Hardware, or do you have other? And he says, oh, I also formed Climatic Heating and Cooling in 2010. So that too, since then. All right. And when I say employment, how do you understand that? Mr. Bont, objection.
Yeah.
Vague and ambiguous. Can you clarify, please? Sure. I want to make sure we're both talking about employment history. Do you consider employment where someone else has hired you or where you are kind of the owner and operator? He says, I've always worked with my dad or at the IGA, so I guess it could be either. What part of that question does he not understand?
He was the president.
I like the last one. She's okay. He goes, in my mind. You have to get that part. In my mind.
She says, okay. And he says, in my mind. Yeah. Is he trying to be dumb or is he really that dumb?
And he was president of Flora.
Right. He was president of the, yeah. She said, all right. What other business ventures have you gone through? And he says, rental properties. Okay. And is that just you personally? No, I have partners, a partner, and partners. What?
How many does he have?
Let me reread that. He says, no, I have partners, a partner, and partners. Didn't we say partners twice?
Yeah.
And then a partner? So does that mean he's got 3 businesses where he's got partners? The next business is a partner, and then he's got another business that's partners.
I guess he's referring to the 2 LLCs in the Ayers Hardware, but I don't know why you put them this separate. Like,
I'm
I
starting
don't
to
know
wonder what the judge's thinking in her courtroom. Why did I take this?
Well, these are just depositions, so she's not even there. It's just to get attorneys, and
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So then they're talking about, she says, all right, tell me about that. We have 2 corporations. One is JTM Management LLC, and the other one is Birch Tree Holdings LLC. Question: Do you also rent homes in your individual name, like outside of those 2? Now, do you see how she's got to specify her question because he's not all there and he's answering weird?
Plus, the lawyers decide to get on her about it too.
And he says, no, I do not. Here's the important question. Who are your partners? Troy Holderman is partner with Birch Tree, and Matt McIntosh is partner with him and I in JTM.
She comes back with this question next.
I like
Lord.
the response to that one.
You can't make this stuff up.
It really is a very good deposition. It's just entertaining.
It is.
It's better than Troy's. Troy gets crazy, but this is the best one.
Yeah. The lawyer says, okay, so let me ask that again correctly. So you and Troy are partners for which businesses? And then he says, Birch Tree Holdings. And what was Matt's last name? McIntosh. Can you spell that? He spells it. She says, all right. And you are partners for, he is ATM Management LLC, which stands for Josh, Troy, and Matt.
It's a lot of imagination in that name.
Yeah. She says, okay, so then is Troy Helderman a partner of that corporation also? Yes, ma'am. So she had to ask multiple questions just to understand, because the first answer was so out there. It's crazy.
I'll go on to the next one. So the attorney's like, okay, all right. Is there any other in your employment history and other business ventures that you've been a part of? Josh comes back and says, not that I can think of. Really, dude? You don't know if you're part of another business or, you know what I mean? I'm like, come on, dude.
Well, he knows he got so many different businesses. What the heck? Did somebody sold them all not knowing?
And then she comes back.
Oh, this is good.
And she says, not that I can think of, or he said that. All right, let's move on to your litigation history. Have you ever been sued? Have you ever sued anyone? Have I ever sued anyone? And he says, he goes, I didn't hear you. And then she comes back and goes, yes. And then he comes back and goes, no, I haven't. I'm like, is this dude on drugs or what? And then the attorney comes back and asks the question again. Have you ever sued anyone? Well, we did some small claim stuff, you know, where people don't pay their bills, if that counts. Attorney says, yes. Is that something you did frequently? And Josh says, no. The attorney, okay. Do you have the names of the people that you have taken to small claims court? Josh comes back and goes, no, I do not. It's been Troy usually handles that. I don't get involved with that. Now, come on, dude.
Frank Rickman says it perfectly. This guy is half a sandwich short of a whole.
He's 2 cents short. He's fucking $1 short of $1 in his mind. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh.
And she says, yes. Is that something you did frequently? He said, no. Okay. Do you have the same names, have the names of the people that you have taken to small claims court? Oh, we already read that. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Is it in your name or is your name on the lawsuit? No. It wouldn't be me. It would be one of our businesses. But you're attached to the businesses. You're an idiot. You're attached to the businesses. Your name's attached to them, dude. Come on. So, see, if you guys don't understand what's going on here, he's trying to push the blame off on his partners.
Right.
And his dad.
And his dad. Yeah, and his dad.
And that'll come in later. Hang on.
And then the attorney comes back and says, all right. Have you personally ever sued anyone? And Josh replies, no, I have not. And then she asked him if he's ever been sued before. And he says no, which that is correct because I did a criminal background and civil check on at Josh Ayers. He's never been arrested. He's never been sued or anything. So that is correct when his answer said that Josh answered. And the same question comes next. Have you ever been arrested? Of course, he says no, which is correct. Have you ever been a witness in a case? Josh says no.
Now here's where the funny stuff comes in.
Yeah.
Randy.
Go ahead, Randy. You want to start with Randy? We're at number 5.
Oh, number 5. All right. Do you have any hobbies? Yes, he says. Tell me about that. I have some cows that we like to take care of.
Oh, God. Here we go.
A little hobby with my cows. I like to raise cows and play with them. Again, yes, that would be a hobby. Great. So, what in the world? I don't know. And do you keep those on your property? Yes. About how many cows do you have? We've got 9 cows. Which it's a cow is an animal that's already had a baby. And if you don't know that, I don't know that until I got into this. We got 2 small heifers right now that are basically calves. We have 9 heifers and a bull. And we have a new bull that we're raising, and we have 2 small calves we're probably going to eat. But that's what, 13, 14? All right. So you have a small ranch, kind of, I guess, just sort of a monopoly.
Multiple.
Yeah, multiple. You have 2 cows, and all of a sudden we have 3. And there's 4. And you bought a couple, and it just kind of happened. All right. Is that just you that takes care of the cows? No, Troy and I do that together. Okay. So you do have a ranch, LLC, plus chickens. We have chickens too. So we like eggs. I've got chickens. We got chickens. Yeah. Okay. I made a little joke. You made a little joke. All right. You made a little joke.
The attorney seeing this. Okay, I made a little joke. I said, "Do you have a ranch, LLC, or a farm?"
He didn't even answer that. He said, "I have chickens."
Oh,
And he just talked about his cows. Not much about the chickens.
It's funny because as we were going through this, there was so many times he was avoiding questions that she kept going back to him, and he would still avoid them.
yes.
And he would come up with some lame ass answer, and she's like, "So you have an LLC and a farm, basically?" And he's like, "No, we got cows, we got a couple chickens,
We got a heifer, we got a steer,
we got a bull." Oh, goddamn, that's a farm, dude.
Oh my gosh.
And then she asked him, "Okay, I made a little joke. I said, do you have a ranch, LLC, or a farm?" "No, we do not." "Then what the hell do you call that, dude?"
It's a zoo.
A zoo. There you go.
It's the hillbilly country. That's what it's called.
It's a farm for sure.
Yes, Olivia, too. We can see your comments.
Yeah, we see you guys in here. If you guys could only see this, you guys would probably laughing your asses off back there.
This is the best part. This really is hilarious.
Oh,
I don't know why he talked about this stuff.
Shannon, you want to read this part?
Yeah, okay. And now we're kind of getting into more stuff. He gets off the farm stuff and he goes, and she said, "This is the attorney. I want to draw your attention to the big date that we're going to be talking about all day today, which would be November 21st, 2016. So we went through all of your partnerships, businesses that you ventured into. Were you a part of all those businesses in November 21st, 2016? He says, yes. The attorney says, well, so that would be, just to clarify, the hardware store, Birch Tree, and JTM Management LLC. Is that correct? He says, yes. And the cows too. You have all the cows on November 21st, 2016. That's the attorney.
Yeah.
And he said they come and go. So I can't exactly say how many we had, but yes, we had some. I love her. She's so good.
And just prior to that, he's naming off how many cows and how many heifers he's got and how many calves, how many chickens.
I figured he would know, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, this dude's out there.
He should have just said, yeah, I owe a farm, but
I got cows and chickens. I mean,
yeah.
You know, geez. So, and she says, okay, very good. And for the JTM Management LLC, were you the owner, a member, manager? What was your role there? He said, just a member. Just a member? Yeah.
Just a member.
And how about for Birch Tree? He says the same thing. Yes, just a member. Uh-huh. And she said, all right. And Ayers Hardware. He says, I guess you could say, co-owner of that one.
You're co-owner of all of them.
He's an idiot. And but he doesn't want to say he has anything. He's a part of it, but then he tells him he's not. So it's like he doesn't want to tell you that that's his name. I mean, that's his dad's original hardware store. He's worked since he was a kid.
Well, it's like if he ask him something, how many apartments does he rent? He'd probably say they're cows.
Or chickens.
Yep.
He probably knows more about that than he knows about hardware, from what we could tell.
Yeah.
I can see by the chat they're getting this by us reading this.
All right, he says, all right. Who is the owner? He said, Troy and my dad, which doesn't make any sense when he continues here. And she says, what is your father's name? John Ayers. And she says, oh, right. Do you own it three ways, like a third and a third and a third? He says, no, Troy and I, dad owns 20% and we own the other 80, 40. So it's me 40, Troy 40, and dad 20. Yeah, up at top, he said that it's Troy's and his dad's. Yeah, he's an idiot. You know?
Yeah. I mean, he's getting 40%.
Right.
It's 40% and his dad owns 20. So he and Troy are the bigger number. So come on.
They're the major owners of the business.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. The training part. This is good. Got it. And when it comes to the Ayers Hardware, can you tell us about any training you took before working there or owning it? I guess I've been around it since I was born. And as far as training goes, as far as I have my degree, you know, various. I've been to various seminars. I don't know where to start. She says, okay, so tell me about the seminars you've been to. Oh, various suppliers have, seminars to learn about their product. We meet with True Value occasionally. We learn about paint and we learn about products we're selling, how to deal with employees, various things like that. She says, all right, so there's seminars. You've been to seminars for all the products you sell? No, not everything. No. All right, I don't know how to ask this. Are the seminars that you take, are those considered training? Well, I guess you're learning how to present and sell a product, so I guess you can call it training. She says, all right, is it your choice? He answers, how to paint, how to sell a paintbrush, how to mix a gallon of paint, so I guess that's training. Yes. She says, okay, is it your choice which seminars to attend? Yes. And of course, she keeps asking him. I guess she wants to confirm because he doesn't answer anything directly. Okay, so do you choose what seminars to attend? She asks it again. I try to do something that would benefit me, something I don't know about or I'm not completely comfortable with, and I want to know more about it. And she says, I see. What type of products do you sell at your Ayers Hardware? Answer, you're going to have to be more specific because I have 19,000 different products in our store. She says, all right, so do you sell smoke detectors? Yes. Or fire detectors? Yes. Fire extinguishers? Yes. Carbon monoxide detectors? Yes. Have you ever been on any seminar dealing with safety equipment? No. All right, any seminars on fire prevention? Not since high school. Probably when they came in and talked to you, Smokey Bear comes in and talks to you. No. This is so ridiculous. I don't know. Do you want to pick up on that, Marv?
Marv's right.
She pulled off? Okay.
All right, I'll do it.
Okay, go ahead. I want to pick up on after the Smokey the Bear.
Okay.
Number
so
3.
Tell me. So tell me what you remember about that. Not much. I don't know where to start. Do you remember the stop, drop, and roll? I remember the stop, drop, and roll. That's what I remember. I'm sure you can remember more things. Don't play with matches, I guess, like they said. Don't mess with fire. Yeah, that's a good one. All right. So when have you have the product that you're selling, your hardware store, do you review and read the instructions? I have, yes, on different products. Not everything, no. Yet, how about we were talking about the smoke detectors? Have you ever read the instructions on those? Can't say it that I have. All right.
Oh, boy.
And do you know how to use that product? Yes. Okay, and it's very
Complicated.
complicated product. How can it be a complicated product for him? It's easy. Just put the battery and set it up.
Yeah,
No. It's like you all you have to do is just put the battery and put it on the wall, and that's no, it's not complicated, he said. Okay, so describe how you use one. I don't know. That's there is any use to it. You're just having to hang it up, put it in your house. Okay, batteries, yes, batteries, sure. Okay. How often should a person check batteries on a smoke detector? Yearly, maybe. Okay.
Wrong.
How often are the batteries supposed to be replaced? I don't know that. Some of those, and a lot of those, are newer detectors. Last 4 or 5 years on a 10-year battery. So, okay, does the battery come with the smoke detector? Almost all of them, yes. The one that you sell in your store, do the batteries come with it, or do you have to purchase? The batteries are separate. There's a lot of them, so I can't say if they all come with batteries or not. Okay, so I guess
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
Now, first of all, I'm gonna ask everybody in the chat, Shannon, Randy, have you ever in your lifetime found a battery with a 4-year lifespan or a 10-year lifespan?
No.
No.
Negative.
Anybody in the chat, if you believe what he's saying, put a 1. If not, put a 2.
They haven't
Okay, but
been.
he works in a hardware store that sells all these items, and he has no darn idea what
I
much
worked
about
at
it.
Lowe's. I worked at Walmart. God, everybody knows how long these batteries last. Gee.
Yeah,
All right,
everybody's
All right,
answering
Mark,
number 2.
Digital said this is funny on a pathetic level until I remember this guy was practically running that town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No,
So there's a lot of twos. Okay.
All right. So I guess I haven't been in the hardware store for a little bit, but how many different varieties of smoke detectors do you carry? I want to say 20 to 25. Wow, that is a lot. Way more than I expected. Is it because you have different color options, or what's the difference between the variety? Just different brands, different mounting, different. Some have lights, some have a different alarm.
Signal.
Some,
Yeah.
some have the carbon monoxide detector built into it. Okay, are those the same type of products that you had in 2016 for the most part? I'm sure there has been some changes. For the most part, they were very similar. How about the 10-year battery one? Do you have those in 2016? I believe so. Okay, well, you believe so. If you are not certain, I don't want you to guess. Yes, we did. Okay. And did you install any of those 10-year battery smoke detectors in any of your rental properties? I personally did not. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you just for a minute.
All right.
So this is important because they're talking about the 10-year battery. So Jer says, I install 10-year sealed battery smokes in the property I work at. So these do exist.
Mm,
He's saying no, that they did not install these.
no. He even
So
talks about how he recommends the cheapest one too.
Right.
Yeah,
Which tells me, okay, do we have business owners in the chat? I'm hoping so.
Yeah, I hope
Because
so.
if you're a business owner and you're going to recommend a product to your customers, don't you usually start with the middle and go to the top, and as last resort go to the cheapest?
That's not him.
And he's automatically just selling them the cheapest one he could find.
He's the owner of this hardware store. He should know every inventory of that store, what he has.
Okay, so Kevin says the new ones, you can't change the batteries.
Really?
Yeah, they're built into it.
Okay.
Yeah, those, I believe those are the ones that are usually hardwired and have a battery in them. So when they're hardwired, it keeps the battery charged.
Yeah.
There's no way there's a Google smoke detector at any of their properties.
No. And Gloria says, my Google smoke detector has a 10-year battery. So yes, there are things that you can use the 10-year battery on. It's probably a good idea so that you don't forget to change them. Lola says, I install in my apartment. My landlord didn't have a problem with them. In Indiana, the renter is responsible for upkeep in the unit.
Yeah, well, fire departments usually, there's some fire departments will come and put their own fire detector.
Ours here, because I live with my friend's mom, and we live in a 55 plus community, and they come around a couple times a year to do quick checks on all the detectors and stuff. And if they're dead, they will replace it. Yeah. So it's really good. I think a lot of places are doing that now, but I'm sure that they don't do that in Flora.
Not time.
Not when him being president. No, let's don't do that.
God forbid.
Hey, Kevin, are you a firefighter? Kevin Kovac? I've
knows
heard of
some
the
stuff.
I've heard of the lithium ion batteries, but I didn't know they had them back then. Yep, Kevin's a firefighter.
Our department has installed over 20,000 in 10 years from the Red Cross for free. That's awesome.
Wow.
Well, we're at an hour and a half, guys. I didn't know Shannon's got to be up for work at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I run, but I can stay up a little bit longer. I don't run tomorrow. We can go a little longer.
All right, go ahead and we'll do another page or two.
You want to read the next page, Mark?
Sure. Which line are we on?
Where did we?
We are line
18.
20, line 18
Yeah.
on page 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Page 15, line 18.
Or 17 and 18, whatever.
Yeah,
you
right
want
after
to
he said that he didn't install any of them in the properties.
do.
Yeah.
Well, okay. And did you install any of those 10-year battery smoke detectors in any of your rental properties? His answer, I personally did not. Okay. When a customer comes into the hardware store, do you provide any instruction for them when they purchase a product? He says yes. Okay. Any instruction on using a smoke detector? No, they're pretty self-explanatory. She says, sure. Have you provided any instructions on, I don't think I covered this. Do you sell fire extinguishers? Yes. Okay. Are there a lot of varieties of that? I've only ever seen one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that was her thing. And he says, yeah, there's a lot of varieties. I think we only sell 3, just different sizes. She says, okay, I see. Do you provide instructions on using the fire extinguisher? His answer, no.
Because he don't know how to use it. That's probably why.
She
And he
says,
runs all these hardware stores.
right. She says, okay, have you ever installed a fire extinguisher in any of your rental properties? He says, I personally have not. All right. Have you ever recommended someone to purchase a smoke detector while in your store? Sure. Yes. Okay, tell me about that. Usually we just discuss which one best fits their needs. All right. What is your analysis of how to help someone to a smoke detector? Well, most people just want cheap. They want the cheapest one they can get, the old $5 one. That's usually what I steer them towards.
You run a hardware store, but you don't want to make any money. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I mean, this dude's a wacko.
Oh my gosh.
Hello,
Crazy.
level-headed.
How are you running the True Value hardware store?
Hey, Levin.
So, yeah, she says, okay, is that what you recommend? Well, yes. Do you find there's a big difference between the cheap smoke detectors and the more expensive ones? Not really. I'm no expert, but not really. I don't see any differences, really. Really?
You don't want to go to their hardware store. That's the bottom line. They don't know nothing. At least this guy doesn't.
If you guys don't want to die, don't go to Ayers Hardware Store in Flora, Indiana.
They have another one now in Delphi, I read.
Yeah, they got one in Delphi too. Yes.
It's True Value. They bought a True Value. Don't go there either.
It was originally it was Alco retail store until they bought it out for their hardware store.
So then
this gets good.
She says, all right, in your hardware store, do you have smoke detectors? In my hardware? Yes.
Oh, boy.
Okay, and do you have your employees install the 10-year battery smoke detector in your hardware store? I guess I didn't understand that question. You asked if I had smoke detectors in the hardware store. You mean installed in the whole hardware store? or you saying on the shelf, or she says, thank you for asking me to clarify. So when I say smoke detectors, we're talking about smoke detector products for sale. But now I want to ask about smoke detectors actually installed. Like, do you install them like in the ceiling, I think? But you have smoke detectors installed in Ayers hardware to detect smoke in Ayers hardware. Is that correct? Now that you asked the question, I don't know if I have them in the store there or not. What? Then she
Stay
says,
far away from them.
then she says, okay, do you have employees there? Yes. Okay. Are they responsible for checking the smoke detectors? Okay, so let me clarify that. We sell fireworks. And they require that we have smoke detectors in the store. So they are in the store. She says, sure. I don't have a procedure to test them. All right. Do you have someone assigned to that responsibility? He says, someone checks them right before we are inspected to sell fireworks.
What has that got to do with fire detectors? What
He
the
brought
hell?
up fireworks all on his own.
It goes back to that cow thing, cow and chickens.
We got cows and chickens, and I like fireworks.
The only reason he has a smoke detector in the hardware store is because they sell fireworks and they get inspected just before they sell them. So he's got to have a smoke detector.
So it's almost like he's expecting somebody to come in and buy fireworks and light them inside the store.
Yeah. Then she asks, oh, go ahead, Randy.
I lived in that Florida town. I didn't see no fireworks he sells, only just appliances and miscellaneous.
Yeah. So then she asked, okay, and are those the 10-year battery ones? I don't know what they are. Are they, I assume the 10-year batteries aren't the cheap ones? They're pretty reasonable, he says. And she says, yes. He says, I don't know off the top of my head.
You're an owner of a business and don't even know how much your products are selling for.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
So as you can see, we are only on page 18 out of 158.
Yeah, and it gets really, there's a lot more. I mean, yeah.
This is a search.
We haven't even cracked a seal on this one yet, guys.
No. So we're going to do a part 2, and we're going to go try to get through at least 30 or 40 more pages. And in part 2, it's going to explain how the house was split apart.
Yep.
Because there is misinformation out on the internet right now about how that house was split apart.
Yep.
How many bedrooms were upstairs? How many were downstairs?
How many doors in and out of the place and where they're located at, you know, and he's like, the one part it cracked me up. He said, well, we got one door upstairs that leads to the outside. We used to climb up there if we got locked out and climb on a roof and climb through a window. I'm like,
but we'll go through all of that in the next part 2. So let's get to
how long did Kaylee Rose live there? She only lived there from May of 2016, from what I've seen. She wasn't there very long.
She moved
it happened.
She moved from Indianapolis up.
The family owned it for a long time. The mother and
Yeah,
father.
the family lived there. The family lived there. Yeah.
Yes, the family lived there.
And then it went to all this duplex.
Yeah.
And it was built between 1930 and 1950 or something. They don't know the exact year.
I saw somebody make a comment that it was saying in the state of Indiana, it's the tenant's responsibility to make sure they got, no, it's not. I live in an apartment complex, and it clearly states in my lease that the maintenance is responsible for anything inside this apartment that's not working properly.
Yeah.
Right.
And it states right in my lease, and that is a Indiana code. It's the apartment's responsibility, not the tenant.
Stories from the Stone says, I really hope for their sakes
Good.
that they didn't just buy new business cards.
Crazy.
And
I'm going to read everybody's deposition because I'm making a pretty good summary of Troy. So I'm trying to get some, quotes out of there because I think Josh is the biggest one, and the other ones we can summarize more.
Yeah.
Because Josh is key because obviously, even though he doesn't want to tell you he owns it.
Right.
He's full of it.
That's kind of why we're reading this one. And we're going to summarize the other ones. This one is so important. This one in Troy is very important.
Yeah, I'm pulling some quotes out of there. We can read some quotes from Troy because, but Troy acts like he doesn't know much either. So they both play the dumb card. So, I don't know.
So everybody's asking when is part 2? Part 2. So I have to talk to Tabitha's family and get a confirmation of what day they can come on next week.
We could do part 2 on Saturday. Unless you got plans.
That's what I was thinking. Part 2 on Saturday, and then depending on what Tabitha's family can do Tuesday or Thursday next week, one day we'll do Tabitha.
Like Saturday evening? I can do Saturday evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, Boston Christian asked Kevin Kovac a question.
Do accelerant fires get so smoky, so hot all at once that the smoke detectors won't work properly?
It's a good question.
It is a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Is the next one as funny? Troy's is not as funny. I don't know. No.
Well, we still got plenty of pages of.
But I'm only halfway through him, so it could get crazier.
But a lot of good information is coming up in this Josh.
Troy has some good info. So.
Yep. So that's it's gonna start to make a lot of sense.
There's his answer.
Okay. Unburnt accelerants create a lot of
right above there. Right above is his answer.
It melted. The detectors melt in both. They're supposed to melt.
Well, that's good to know.
But then they've also found that the fire alarm wasn't even worked, and nothing was working in this home.
It didn't even have a battery in it because we've got the document from ISP showing one smoke detector through that whole duplex, and it had no battery in it.
And the fire alarm wasn't even properly working. And then they're claiming that they heard that, Troy's claiming you'll hear that he's saying that he heard a smoke detector going off or fire alarm, and there's no way in hell he heard that.
Yeah, we've got the document from ISP stating that there was
they never state that.
One smoke detector in that whole duplex, and there was no battery in it. And that's from ISP.
Yeah, and the investigator that went through afterwards the home said that nothing was working in that home to detect smoke or fire.
Yeah, that was the private eye that he brought a team in. They hired a PI, and he brought a team in from Michigan. And
they didn't want to talk to him at all.
Oh, no, they didn't. They didn't.
So what I would like to do is, after we go through some of this, Kevin, if you could email us.
I would love to hear his thoughts.
And here's our email right here, just so we have your contact information. We would love to have you on the panel to help go through some of this fire stuff once we get into that part.
That's awesome.
With your knowledge.
Hey, Kevin, I got a question for you while we're still here. What do you know about formaldehyde? Is it flammable? Waiting on them to respond.
Let's see here. I heard from the lady who worked at same gas station as Galen that Ayers Company was just put in home.
No, I don't see that in the doc so far.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
But we still are looking through. Nothing has said that they've touched anything, and so far they all claim that they never went in there and did any of that stuff. So nobody wants to say.
Yeah.
There's his answer right below. There you go.
Not too much other than it's a carcinogen.
I do know they use formaldehyde for sterilization. I do know that because I used to use it when I at a company that I worked at. It was powdered formaldehyde. All right, we're at an hour and 45 minutes, guys.
All right, y'all follow my channel. I'm trying to get up to that 500.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
She's got some great videos on Michael Vaughn, other things. She's doing great.
Shannon, go ahead and post your.
Let me drop my link.
Yeah,
But
drop your link one more time.
Dee's still on here. Dee's still in here. A bunch of the mods dropped. Let's see.
Thank you to those who gave us super stickers and super chats tonight. We appreciate it. I think I finally got everything done with the monetization, and we are good to go. We're going to start getting our money.
On another thing, we have changed the name of our channel, and Marv sent me a link to or a picture of it yesterday, and I like it, and she's still working on getting that switched over again because we had a marketing specialist reach out to us and ask us to change it because it would help our channel a lot more if we changed the name. So
awesome, Kevin. Thank you so much, and we'll make sure to look at that email and get back to you this week.
Guys. Yeah, I'm gonna post the poster in the Facebook group, and we'll post it on Discord as well.
Yes.
For Michael Monkey. Please do share it. You know, even if you can only share it once, if you can keep it in your phone or whatever, share it a couple times. This little guy, you know, I feel so bad. His family is really doing everything they can.
So Saturday night, and do we want to do it a little bit earlier?
First we got to just make sure that none of our other people that we work with, other creators, are going live. We always work with the other creators.
Make sure Steve and them, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
we'll
check
finish
on
it, and I'll put out a link to it tomorrow night after I'm done with work.
Okay. Everybody, for updates, make sure you go to our community page on YouTube. There's always updates there, and we always have updates on our Facebook group. And technically, well, basically, I'm the one who keeps up on that, and she does everything else. I post everything in the Facebook group. So just be looking out for those two spots, and we'll let you know what time on Saturday.
Yeah, hopefully earlier, but we'll have to see. You know, yeah, you don't want to be conflicting. I don't do it nearly like the lives. Like I haven't gotten to that. I love pre-recorded. I'm so comfortable with it.
Randy, are you good for Saturday?
Yeah, I'm good on Saturday.
Okay.
All right.
Just tell me what time.
Hey, Shannon, if you haven't noticed, we've got a slogan when we end our shows.
Yep.
We always say, peace out, one
What's
love.
up?
So thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll be on Saturday night. I will have the thumbnail and the live set up by tomorrow evening. And I'll put it on the community page and in the Facebook group. So watch out for that. Thank you. Have a great night.
All right.
Peace out.
Have a good one. Peace
Good
out.
night, guys. Good night, guys.